Hello, Next community. How's everybody doing today? So I thought I'd show you guys. I've been going through boxes and getting stuff organized and completing projects. And I found this box of treasure, which is pretty neat. So it's got a lot of different versions of NeXTstep and Openstep, as well as the Rhapsody DR1 and for PowerPC, next time, and a lot of compilation discs for NeXT hardware. And what I think I'm going to do, here's the Stone Design ones. Let's see what this one, I think this is a Rhapsody. No, actually this is third-party solutions. I mean, there's some that I haven't seen before that are pretty neat. I think this is a NetBoot server version 1.0. So what I'd like to do is, I'm revamping the website, and I think they had kind of a limit on how much you could download. So when I set up my jukebox, I had to split the CD images into sometimes up to 4 partitions because they had a 200 megabyte gateway. I'm going to see if that's changed in the last few years. As, there's been more data being moved. And this was with HostGator. But the thought was I'd go in and I'd make a jukebox where people could download the compilation CDs, and then there'd maybe be just to keep the lights on charge, very reasonable. Maybe I'll just do a kind of like a shareware deal. And I've actually purchased the rights to a lot of these CDs from the original authors in the past. And some of them I haven't seen, in a long time, like the Internet Unplugged. I'm not even sure what's on this for NeXT Computer. The Alembic CD, I actually helped make this one back in the day when I was working at Alembic. And wound up, we had a promotion where we had hundreds of these discs. And I said, well, why don't we give them away free? And they said, well, we can try. And I did, and the phones, it was funny. There was 10 people working there, were just lit up. And we wound up making a bunch of sales on that promotion. And then, even covered the shipping and stuff like that. But that was pretty fun. And this CD, it's one of the first original compilation CDs, because CDs were a new thing for software. So you'd basically go away and make a pot of coffee because it loaded up as an app. So, we were just learning what CDs were capable of and how to make them. And so it's kind of neat seeing one of those come back after all these years. Education software sampler. There's some cool stuff on there from universities. We've got the big green CD. And I bought the computer from the lady. I forget, her name was like Night Train or something, but she was in charge of making the big green CDs for years. And so there's a bunch of them that went up to like big green CDs 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that was pretty fun. We've got the third-party product CD. I know Eric Tremblay, I bought the rights from Nebula Nova a while back. Fatted Calf's another one I bought the rights from. And then these monolib CDs are pretty interesting. And so what I'm probably going to do is I'll make some videos of some of the applications that are on these. But I just thought you guys might get a kick out of seeing so many different NeXT CDs. And, it'd be neat to have some pristine copies out there as well. We never know what we're getting when we're downloading these, from these different free sites. And I actually have permission from Apple to maintain and support the old NeXT stuff. And I have a fairly recent contract from him as well. And I'd like, as a tribute to Steve Jobs, it's basically a maintenance and support fee. So I won't make a killing on a ton of money, but I'd like to do it just as a tribute to Steve more than anything, and to continue to support the NeXT community, because it's kind of fun. We're growing out there. We're getting some new people, finding out what NeXT computers are, joining us, and a lot of neat projects going. I'm actually going to be working on a project coming up for the original developer of Lotus Improv. And unfortunately, he passed away recently, Kurt. And so his wife, they're in Wichita. They have a business called groovylabs.org. And we're going to make a nice tribute display using his old hardware. So I'm going to tune it up for him. And hopefully, with any luck, the source code for improv is on there. And we should be able to, if it is, compile it. Because that was one of the great apps, and maybe port it over to Intel, HP PA Risc, and Sun for hobbyists. So, hey, I really appreciate everybody's business and patience. I've also been working on the web page. Thank you for the support there. I've noticed an uptick in orders since I've revamped the home page. A lot of things on my plate. I got Tristan's system out today, so he'll be happy about that. We're making 3D parts for the cubes. Lots of fun stuff. So hope this is entertaining for you all. This is just kind of a generic video. I thought, well, they'd probably like to see this. And on top of these CDs, I found a lot of old optical discs too. So never a dull moment at the black hole. Have a good evening. Stay tuned. More fun stuff to come.